wanted to do another episode number 2 of Ask the Chiropractor. And Joseph didn't want to do it because he said he was tired and he threatened me with going live. Anyways, that brings us to the present. So, if you have any questions, we tried to ask you guys yesterday, but...
Oscar, do you want to ask?
We got some sassy responses, so we came up with our own questions, stuff that we've kind of heard from people over the course of you being a chiropractor.
4 years.
4 years.
No, I've been
longer than that.
For 4 years.
SCP has been around for 4 years.
Chiropractor for 6 years, actually.
Wow. Okay, let's get into...
Actually, what's today?
Today is...
In 2 days will mark my 6-year graduation.
Happy 6-year graduation. Also, if you're wondering where we are in our kitchen, which is cool because it's open. Joseph can stand, I can sit. Cool, let's do it. First question. What do you do? What do chiropractors do? And we have probably said this in various types of videos, but here's like a general summary.
What is it?
What do chiropractors do? Well, I know what Joseph does.
It's what do we do, and I like that question better as like what do we do here at SCP rather than what do chiropractors do, because in general, you ask 10 different chiropractors, you're going to get 10 different answers, and for me, I just make people feel better, the best that I can. I try to give them everything that I know, whether that's education, treatment-wise, or rehab, home exercises, the best service we can provide. That's what we do. We just try to make you feel better. We make you feel welcome, and I think we do a good job at that.
Why do you think you provide so much? Because, right, that's also a thing that you've got. Like, why do you offer so many different things when you could only just do manual therapy, or you can only just do rehab or adjusting? Why do you do everything?
Because it's the right thing to do. It's what people pay me to do. People pay me to either fix them, get them better, and it's my job to make sure I use everything that I know how to get you better. And if I see that an adjustment isn't going to be it, and maybe it's rehab or manual therapy, we'll do that.
Do you think that comes from your Eagle Scout, Boy Scout? Because, right, like there's this do the right thing.
Yeah.
I know that. Most people know that, but as a business owner, right?
It's hard. I'll tell you what, it's hard in the beginning because as a business owner in the beginning, guess what you're thinking about?
Money.
I gotta pay bills.
I gotta pay money.
And you gotta figure out, okay, do I pay bills or do I do the right thing? But like, if you had to choose between one or two, the obvious choice for me, like, and this is just me, you do the right thing because that will lead to people coming back to you, which will help you pay your bills. I'm not, as far as like, where that came from, I think that's just how I grew up. Encoded into me is like, just do the right thing. It's very simple. It's not hard. It's not a hard concept to grasp. It's hard to do, especially when you got bills to pay. But you do the right thing. You treat people well. You give them the best service that you know how. The money will come. That's a business talk, and I can talk about that all day.
If you want to hear us talk business, the Good Chiro.
Check out our podcast.
The Good Chiro podcast, SoundCloud and iTunes.
It's the Good Chiro Business Podcast.
Business podcast. So, okay, you mentioned rehab, and I think that is a good way to get into the second question is, why do you do rehab? How did, I think there's this question of, there's PTs and then there's chiropractors. Yeah. But you and SCP, here at SCP, we do rehab. You have patients who have had knee replacements, ACL tears. Yeah, so why do you offer rehab, and, how did you get started with that?
I will go back to what I said in the beginning. It's the right thing to do. So why do we offer rehab? As if anybody's gone to chiropractic school, we don't get the best rehab education. We get a few courses, we learn the basics, but we don't get really into it too much.
So you do. There is like courses that talk about kind of
in school
post-op stuff, right? Or no?
In school, no.
Yeah. No.
Post-op, not so. No.
None.
But basic core strengthening, hip strengthening, yes, we can get a few courses on that. But a lot of that came from after school. When I graduated 6 years ago, I spent 5 months after that at what's called Exos now, doing a whole internship. And that was actually a performance internship, but that helped me develop my passion into learning from physical therapists, learning from strength and conditioning coaches on how to treat, not just chiropractic wise, but how to get somebody better, teach them to stay better, and only come to me when they absolutely need to.
So when someone comes with low back pain, also we'll just use low back pain.
Okay.
We offer, you do the manual, you do the adjustment, and then a lot of times you'll teach people how to do stuff with their core. You'll teach people how to stretch. Again, it's like that's the right thing to do, but why? Keep telling me why.
Because an adjustment, manual therapy, that's part of the solution. So what I tell people is, everything that I have is a tool. The adjustment is a tool. The adhesion breakers, cupping, the manual therapy, the stretching, the rehab, all those are tools to get people better. Now, you wouldn't use one tool to build a house or fix a car. You use multiple tools. And as a chiropractor, it's the same thing. You can't just be focused on one thing. And because if you are, and this is just my opinion, you're limiting yourself to what you can do. So that's why I think, as chiropractors, we should learn more about the rehab side, because people need it, and it shows that you actually care as well.
And the other thing too, now I'm going to get on the insurance topic. You can come to us without a referral and no insurance constraints, and we're still able to do rehab. Yeah. Now I'm sure there are other chiropractic places like that, but like a lot of the time, I think direct access is going to happen in 2020 for Texas, or has it already happened for?
I think it already happened.
Okay, so but anyways, you don't have to you don't have to go see your primary care doctor and get this whole long list, or maybe not even anything. It just says ice and take a muscle relaxer. Like that's so annoying. SCP, other places, there are other options than just going to see your primary care doctor. So there are other options out there. I like this third question that Joseph wrote down. He said, "Why are you so smart? Why are you so smart?" I'm assuming he's talking about himself. He definitely has a lot more schooling than me, but I'm assuming that question means where you went to school, stuff like that. Your continuing education as well.
Okay, I got my undergrad at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, go Islanders, and my master's at U of H Clear Lake, and my doctorate's at Texas Chiropractic College. And what's funny is I tell people I wasn't the smartest kid. I just applied myself when it came to my master's and chiropractic degree. But
didn't you graduate like top of your class though?
Chiropractic school.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Again, when you apply yourself, it helps.
And then what do you do? So continuing education. Who do you follow now? Are you following chiropractors? Are you following PTs? Are you following business people?
Right now, it's more in the business realm. I'm actually trying to get back into more of the physical therapy, rehab, strength conditioning, and because I haven't found any chiropractors that I want to just like learn everything about, because I'm trying to build my own practice the way I want to. And it's Mike Reynolds, Eric Cressy, great cook, and those are just a few. And But right now it's more business related because I'm trying to grow this company into something that, that will outlast me. And I think we're starting, and I think we're doing a good job, but we have a long way to go. So,
who would you say, for a new chiropractor, would you want them business people to follow?
Like a new chiropractor, me.
Honestly, that's not a bad answer.
If you're a new chiropractor, you're starting a business, you don't know what to do. The very first thing to do is just do the best job you can. Number one. Number two, podcasts. We listen to the MFCEO project a lot. Really, really good stuff. The E-Myth is a great book. Just get into books, good to great. If you haven't, just ask me.
Jim Collins, Seth Godin. Seth Godin.
Seth Godin is a great book to start with. The Purple Cow.
That was actually the very first book that Joseph told me to read, right?
Yeah.
Was that the very first one?
One of the first ones, yeah.
And it's very short. The content is fabulous, and I think anyone who is going to take their career seriously, and especially if you're going into business yourself, like, it just talks about how and why you can, like, to be different.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. Seth Godin, I've read a bunch of his books too.
If you're going into business and you want people to be sent your way, like, and it didn't matter whether you're starting with insurance, without insurance, personal injury, workman's comp, you start with 0 people. And if you want that to build consistently and steadily, start with Seth Godin. It's going to teach you how to just get people to remember you. That's it.
We did this last Ask the Chiro, and I figured we would do it again. So I have no idea. Joseph gets to ask me a question.
Okay.
I think the last question you asked me, it had something to do with, I can't even remember. But anyways, do you have a question for me? If you don't, that's okay. Then I get off super easy. If you have a question for me, ask away. My official title here is brand manager. I help SCP brand wise. Help get the name out there.
Why do you do what you do?
Why do I do what I do?
That's my question.
I think the reason, the why is I do it because I'm frustrated at how other people do it. So what I mean by that is I think there is a way of doing social media and a way of marketing your business that is dying out, and that's print ads. Sorry. At least for us, I think there's a better way to at least market SCP, and that's with social media, that's videos, that's putting our content out as much as possible, education. I think between Joseph and I, we have a lot of information to give out, and why would we keep it to ourselves? That's not the right thing to do. So along what Joseph said at the very beginning of the video, it's the right thing to do. I also agree with that mantra. So I do what I do because I want to help people stay educated about SCP, 1, and about 2, how to stay healthy. What you can do at home. What you can do when you don't have access to Joseph.
That's it.
So that's why he hired me, because we kind of agree on some things. Well, thank you, 2 followers, or two people who have...
2 viewers.
Two viewers who have watched.
Is that going to be backwards?
It probably is going to be backwards. You can follow us always at SCP Fit. We're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Next door too. Yeah, which is it's a little social media platform for neighborhoods. So we just put a little, we're advertising our holiday sale. If you need a Christmas present, if you need to use up any HSA, FSA money, our care packages are on sale right now.
I know where you can use it.
I know where you can use it. So If you have any questions that we didn't get to, just send us a message. You know how to contact us. That's it.
Until next time.
Okay, bye.